Alright, hello there. So, I'm part of group 2. I have shot 1, and we're gonna discuss it. First, I'm gonna give you a little brief synopsis about what my shot is. So, we have this cocky guy walking in, thinking that he's pretty much the king of the world, walking in, hears a noise, but he's pretty much kind of in love with himself, so it doesn't really faze him much because, well, he's kind of a jerk in that way. Thinks he's pretty cool. Probably isn't really that cool. But he thinks he is, so that's a plus in his book. Alright, so I'm just going to play it first, and then I'm going to discuss the keys and breakdowns in it. So here we go. Gotta love that lovely video editing. Not really, but we'll pretend. Alright, so first things first is the walk. So we're going to start with our contact pose, which would be our key poses for the walk. So there's one key, another key pose, which is the other part of the walk. And hold on. And another key pose for the walk. Okay. So here we have him dusting himself off, thinking he's too cool for saving the day, apparently. Alright. Here's another pose of him dusting himself off on the opposite side, which is another key pose. And here he has his I'm too cool pose, adjusting his imaginary tie, thinking that he's really all that fly, when he's really not all that fly, but I digress with that. So that's another key pose. There we go here. This is another key pose. This would be when he's slicking back his antennas. Once again, has to be all that in a bag of chips. So this would be a key pose. He hears a noise, so he changes expression. This would be a key pose since it's a change in expression. And instead of him being concerned with that noise, instead he's just all like, oh, you're in trouble. Oh dear. He's not really all that concerned. He's not that good of a guy, I guess, in that regard. Kind of a jerk, once again. So here's another key pose for that. Let's go over the breakdowns. Okay, so in a walk you have your contact poses, then you have your passing poses and your ups and downs. So those parts are going to obviously make up the different breakdowns in a walk. Let me see if I can time it correctly. It's kind of hard to see, but that would be a passing pose. It makes that kind of 4 shape with the legs. So that would be a passing pose. And it might be hard to see with this. I feel like that might be... Hold on. Right there, I would say it'd be like an up pose. It's the tallest part of the pose. So that would be 1. I think that might be the down pose. Let me go further. Up pose. I think that might be the passing pose. It's kind of hard to see. But just to verify, your ups, downs, and your passing poses would be part of the walk, which would make down the breakdown of the walk. Okay, so for here, let's see what the breakdown would be. I would say when he fully brushes himself off, that would be a breakdown pose. And then over here, when he brushes himself off fully again, that would be a breakdown pose. I think when when he's preparing himself to get into that pose, this could be a breakdown pose. A little bit of a moving hold. See how he's like not really standing fully in it. He's kind of does like a little move. It's like a moving hold, a little anticipation. And cut to this part. I want him to slick his hands, so that's kind of like more of like a moving hold. So even though it doesn't really look that much different, it's like him going through the process of him moving. So that would be a breakdown. Oh, realization. I hear a noise. That was the key. Notice his eyes. I kind of want him to be like, what was that? So I would like that to be a breakdown pose. He kind of moves a little bit too. It's important to not have your character fully stiff because it doesn't look great in that way. Oh, you. Getting yourself into trouble. Have to save you. I think in his eye movements and his bit of a head movement and the fact that he moves, that could be like a moving hold. So I think that's about it. This is the pose in a nutshell. So let's see where we can go from with this. Thank you for listening, and that's all I got for now.